Hello students, good morning. We've been talking about importance of the topic food preservation in our online classes. Now I'm going to send you the video of this and I'm repeating the 2-3 things which I have already discussed with you in the class. The very first thing is the importance of food preservation. Why do we need to preserve food? What is the requirement to preserve food? Through different methods of preservation, we can bring about color, texture, flavor, and taste in the food with the help of preservation. Now, food preservation increases shelf life of food. When we preserve the food naturally, it can be retained for a longer time. Anything which is fresh will not stay, depending upon it is perishable, non-perishable, or semi-perishable. It will just have its own life, and after that it will start rotting. Whereas when we preserve something, it can remain for a longer time. Like taking mango and turning them into mango juice. So mango juice, you add preservative and you can have it for 6 months or so. Preserved food is available all the time in the market. Whatever is being preserved is in the tinned form or in the Tetra Pak form. Things are available which have been preserved commercially. Preservation decreases wastage by preserving the surplus food. So when there is seasonal fruit which is available in the market in abundance and cheap at the same time, what do? We want to buy that and we preserve it for the future use. So whatever surplus was there, we have utilized it. It hasn't gone waste. Decreases dietary inadequacies. Non-availability of fresh food can be compensated by preserved food. Naturally, if whatever food we are adding, if I add a piece of pickle into your plate, what will happen? It will increase the taste and the flavor of your food. In case some minerals, some vitamins are not there in the food, or that kind of food is not available in that season, it can be fulfilled through the preserved fruit or food. If the fruits or the food fresh are not available, then preserved food or can be used in place of that. Preserved food is readily available, thus saving time and energy. Naturally, when you buy a can of something, suppose if I buy a can of mixed fruit, those so many, in the mixed fruit you have so many fruits altogether, and if I look for those fruits in the market at that time, they may not be available. Like in summers, if I go looking for pineapple, cherries and other things, I may not find them in the market. So preserved food is readily available and it is half cooked, you know that. So it also saves time as well as energy of that cooking process. When food is cheap, it can be preserved for later use. This will save money. Of course, as we talked about surplus food, same point it is that whatever is available in cheap in the market in the season, we can buy that in the cheaper rates, and through our method by pickling or making chutney or any other thing, we can save it for the future use. So we are saving money that way. When fresh food is not available, preserved food can be used, will add to variety. Naturally, when fresh vegetable or any kind of fruit is not available, we can always go and buy the preserved food, or we may be having that at our home being preserved by your mother, so you can utilize that. It is easily transported. That is very valid point, because if we take the fresh material, it will occupy so much of space when we try to transport it from one place to another. But when it is in the preserved form, it will be in the cans or tins or Tetra Paks or otherwise the plastic packs, then it is easier to transport. There are no chances of damage or the food getting rotten. It is easy to store as the volume and weight is reduced. Naturally, when we try to preserve the food, volume reduces, weight also reduces, and it becomes very easy for us to carry it anywhere. So these are the importance of food preservation, why we should preserve the food, what is the need of preserving the food. Okay, the next we are going to discuss the principle of food preservation. The very first one is the aseptic nature due to protective covering acts as a preserving factor, thus prevents or delay the microbial decomposition. Aseptic means because of the covering, the microbial decomposition cannot take place. Because of the covering, the microbes cannot attack. Even if they attack because of the skin, they cannot enter the fruit or the food. The load of microorganism determines the process of preservation to be applied. Packaging is also a aseptic method, and as it seals the food. Packaging also, when we pack something in plastic or other things, that is also a aseptic method, means prevents the entry of microorganism or enzyme or any other thing which destroys the food, because we seal the packet. By removal of microorganism, second principle is when we remove the microorganism, we also preserve the food. That is, filtration is the method where filters are made from asbestos or porcelain are made bacteria proof by sterilizing them. Liquids like water, juices, etc. are passed through the filters under pressure, and thus it removes the microorganism totally. Third, by hindering the growth and activity of bacteria. This is important, how we hinder or stop the growth and activity of bacteria, and this is done by various methods. We'll discuss the methods now. Now, to preserve the food by stopping the activity of microorganism and bacteria, there are various conditions which can be applied. The very first condition is by creating anaerobic conditions. The organisms which are aerobic will naturally die in the absence of oxygen. So, in the food we make such condition that there is no oxygen left inside the food. So, these anaerobic conditions doesn't allow the aerobic organism to develop or to continue with its activity. They soon die. By low temperature, how we can do by low temperature? In case of low temperature, the bacteria becomes inactive and shelf life of food increased. For example, cold storage or refrigeration. There are food which can be stored in cold storage, or at home we keep them in the refrigeration. When we apply low temperature, that means we are stopping the activity of bacteria or making it inactive. Third is dehydration. Dehydration means reducing the water content or the moisture of the food product. So, in the absence of moisture, bacteria cannot flourish and it either becomes inactive, or if dehydration is done to a high extent where though no moisture remains in the food, then of course the bacteria will die. Use of chemicals. Sodium benzoate and potassium metabisulfate are the two chemicals which are used to preserve the food. But while using these, at home also we use these to preserve the food, but when we are using it at home, we should be very careful, because excess of any of these chemicals can make the food poisonous. So whatever quantity is written, because they are used in a very meager quantity, very minute quantity, a tip of a spoon is used to preserve one bottle of tomato sauce. So we have to be very careful while using these two chemicals. By using radiation, gamma rays of high speed electrons are used to destroy the microorganism. We will be discussing all these methods later in the chapter. By stopping the action of enzyme with the help of heat, by low temperature and by high temperature. By low temperature, we can keep the things in cold stores, or we can refrigerate them at home. By with the help of heat, like we can do canning or freezing, or at home we can also do sun drying. By saving the food from insects, pests, by packing and sealing them properly, so that any insect or pest cannot enter and spoil the food. So next we look at the meaning and need of preservation. What is the meaning of preservation? It means it can be as simple as preserving the milk by boiling, or as complex as canning the food. So, this is what we mean by preservation. Preservation means the time period during which the food can remain fit for human consumption at optimum temperature. So, food preservation is the form of processing food to prevent it from spoilage and make it possible to store it in a proper condition for future use, so that once we preserve the food, naturally we can keep it for a longer time. First of all, it will remain good for human consumption, and it can be used in the future. Need for preservation, what we have discussed before, meaning the same points are there. To increase the shelf life, naturally, to make new products like jams and jellies. If you take a fruit like that, it doesn't taste that good as the jam or the jelly of the same fruit will taste. And the purpose of using that particular food also changes. To reduce the bulk of food by processing to make storage and transportation easier. Preservation is the best way to utilize the surplus food. So this is the introduction for the preservation. In the next class, we are going to do the different methods which are used for preserving food.